What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and today we're all talking about Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns, coming in here as a provoke-breaking, damage-dealing tank damage dealer, which is going to be kind of fun to talk about her. We get big updates to shields, and I want to discuss a lot of the things I'm looking forward to that hopefully Global brings around. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so it's been a minute, but as always when I do an FFBE video, I have to mention they are sponsored by Amazon Coins. If you guys want to click the link in the description below, you can get 20% off your Amazon Coins purchase. It's the best way to buy your Lapis or Visior on War of the Visions or FFBE, and I'm almost up to 150,000 saved up Visior for when Tidus, Yuna, and Ornn come out. Maybe Global might have an exclusive. If Global has an exclusive FF10 unit, I'm going to lose my mind. They probably won't, but that'd be cool. I have 150k Visior ready to go. I'm going to max out each of those units. So click the link in the description below. It helps me tremendously. So let's talk about Lightning Returns. This unit right here is going to be very unique. This is a unit that isn't your run-of-the-mill damage dealing unit. So if you were looking, you love Lightning, you just want her to do, explode the damage charge. This is actually not going to be that weak for you. This unit right here is actually a mix between a lot of units. She's going to be a break gauger, like a breaker, breaks the gauge. She's also going to be somebody that's going to be able to provoke. So she has innate provoke. She can be a little bit more tanky, and then she also can switch and do a little bit more damage. I think this is one of the better units they've ever released as far as the look, the aesthetic, the pixel art. If we look at the normal Neovision form and then we Brave Shift, they look completely different in my opinion. Different outfits, different shields, and then they also just have a nice flair to them where they look nice. The problem with Savior of Souls Lightning is that she's kind of like, remember not when Noctis first came out, Jack of all trades, Master of none? She's kind of in that same boat, but she will bring, that support chaining with a little bit of damage. She needs to have a shield equipped, so you can't really go super hard with her if you want her to kind of be that provoke style tank that she's kind of trying to be. So she's not going to be able to be a super damage dealer with two different, weapons in her hand, but that also hurts her breaking capability. And I know that there are breaks in this game for attack, defense, spirit, and magic, but I'm talking about the break gauge breaking. Because with break gauge breaking, like we know, break it. You have to have two of the same weapon in your hand to get the maximum benefit, whatever they're weak to, right? Well, in Lightning's case, she's trying to do that. Well, she's not really going to be dual wielding because she wants to have that shield on. So again, that's why I say, Jack of all trades, Master of none. However, very useful unit. There are going to be times when you need tanky DPS, right? There are going to be times when you just want to mess around. This unit is unique, like I said. It's not your run-of-the-mill, I hit my two chaining buttons and they do explosive damage. She's going to take some thought. She's a thinking man's unit right here, and she's going to be very, very unique in her own way. One of the big things coming out of her being released, though, is this Super Trust Mastery reward, Indestructible Light, boost damage limit for various chains by 100%. So, like the 6 times change True Dual Wield has, upping the chain modifier there, you're going to be able to add this to true double hand users and get a lot more out of your chaining. So, all the true dual wield users, that's what was so great about them, is they had that up to their chaining modifiers, and it was great. You can add this onto true double hands now and do more damage. Now, this should be, as most people are probably thinking, a super sought after Trust Mastery Award, or STMR, excuse me, that everybody wants to get their hands on. I'm just gonna put the brakes on a little bit. Most true dual wield users, right, are already going to have the maximum chain cap because that's where it's maxed out, so you can't put that on them. A lot of the true double hand users, this will benefit them, but there is a fine line between more LB damage, because most of these NV units are LB damage, and then also killers, because we know how important killers are. This STMR is very good for, in my opinion, super decked out accounts who, like, if you're going to summon for her just for this. Super decked out accounts have everything they need to max out their unit. Their LB is up, enough. There's going to be a moment where, like, you hit enough killer, you hit enough LB damage, and this is actually going to up your damage more. This is going to be for the #1 Dark Vision hitters, in my opinion, trying to maximize their damage to the absolute most that they can, okay? And as we see here, please note that chain damage limit boost can go up to 200%, so units who already have their chain damage increased by 200% via abilities like Dual Blade Mastery will not benefit further from this ability. And this is what I'm talking about, where you can put it on true dual wield units who didn't get that 6 times cap raise or whatever the heck they have in their passives. But if they already have that, you're not going to be able to get that increase that you were looking for with this STMR. So it's very, very good, and you might want to have it in your back pocket if you want to optimize 100%. but I think for the average player, killers and LB damage are probably going to be where you want to be. Look up. I'm scrolling really fast to use my mouse wheel there. Again, I haven't made a video in a minute, so I'm a little bit rusty. Trust Mastery Reward, Night Lotus, Attack 50, Defense 140, Magic 50, Spirit 95, Activate Battle Expertise, Strength and Magic, Boost Equipment, Attack and Magic when a single weapon is equipped in both hands. So this is a cool shield for, again, the attack damage. This is made for lightning, obviously. You put it on her, she's going to get a lot of magic, a lot of attack, and then defense and spirit to make her tanky as well. And then she also gets a little bit of attack and magic, single weapon equipment both hands, true double hand. So it's very, very strange. And with lightning, they're bringing a shield change, which we'll talk about. They're essentially buffing every shield in the game, depending on their star rarity, which is like you can see here, that actually is going to play a role in this. So making them have more defense or more spirit. And if they didn't have spirit, they're going to have more, or they're going to get spirit added onto them. So shields are about to get a big buff in the game, making them a lot better off being used instead of having those little baby stats that go on. We'll go over her vision card when we get there, but it's really, again, tailor-made for somebody like Lightning who wants to have the shield on. And then as a unit, we've already talked about her. Moving down, I do want to say this right now. One of the reasons I've kind of been repressed in my FFBE content is I always feel like I leave units out too much that I don't care about, and then I hear that reflected in the comments. I've been doing this for 4 years now. If I don't think I care about a unit, I'm just going to say, hey, man, they do damage, have fun, get at it, they do good damage. Radiant Lightning is that unit. Old-ass unit, get that Awakening on if you like it, level her up. Nothing special for me personally. I do think that the Brave Shift is cool as hell looking, but other than that, Radiant Lightning, and then I think the normal Lightning is also getting a little bit of an NVA Awakening here. Lightning is a very popular character. I don't really care that much. They don't do insane amount of damage. So if they're not meta changing or bring something crazy to the table, I'm just going to overwatch it, guys. And if you don't like that, I guess maybe I'm not the channel for you anymore. But that's just how it is. So moving on. We are getting the event for the Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns, and this is a very important unit right here. Not only do I love her design, but this is a Trust Mastery Reward right here. We're just Particles of Dust, chance of evading some physical attacks. Dodge roll was very important when it came with Kingdom Hearts. This is going to be very important as well, so we want to make sure we're getting that as you do this event. And we're just going to go through and pick up other things, but that's like the more key thing I want to point out here in the news is that you want to make sure that you do not miss this Trust Mastery Reward of having your dodging there. We have a unit intro quest we all know about. Again, talking about the vision card here, it boosts attack and magic by 50% when a light or heavy shield is in your hands. So again, really tailor-made for that Lightning Returns unit. She's very, very cool. But nothing really too crazy there to be like, everybody needs to get a hold of that because it's not too insane. We got more Dark Visions, more story continues. People have been asking where this unit has been. Untamed Wolf Fidel. Well, here you go. Getting a free unit here. And then you're going to be able to log in and get a hold of that. So that's pretty good. Moving on down, this is what I was talking about with the miscellaneous updates. Light and Heavy Shield revamp. So in JP, they brought this too. They're going to buff the stats of defense and spirits on light shields and heavy shields, and then increase spirit if it's not provided on a shield. So the shield only buff defense or something like that, they're going to add spirit on it. But this is something that kind of blew my mind. Okay, player rank, finally, friend limit cap goes up. I asked this question when I met Fujimoto-san at E3 for the first time, when I was a deer in headlights newbie, straight out the gates here as a content creator. Will they increase the friend limit? He said, yeah, we'll think about it. 4 years later, here it is, and it's by 10. Yeah! So I'll be able to add some more people. That's pretty cool. And then they're updating some of the FF13 abilities. Ability Awakenings are coming, which we've been wondering where those have been. We're getting them for the different FF13 units here, and we'll have to look and get the exact numbers. They provide some of them here, but they do tend to change. But again, if a unit to me, and this is just going to go for you guys going out there, I am no longer holding myself down, and I'm just going to have fun making content again. It became too much. It's where things went bad. That's essentially where I went mentally. So if I don't give a shit about it, I'm sorry, I'm out. Like, unless it helps the free-to-play player tremendously, and I know it's a banger, too bad. I don't give a fuck about any of these units. I'm out, dude. Sorry about that. Looking down, Fountain of Lapis. Log in daily and get Lapis each day, starting with a bonus of 2,000 Lapis upon purchase. So, they just make like an announcement for this? Like, let me know in the comments. Am I missing something? Like, they're just making sure that we know. And they're like, hey, guys, you're not buying the Fountain of Lapis as much. Use Amazon coins. So make sure you buy it. Like, is that what that announcement is all about? That's a little bit weird to me. We do have some Dark Vision summon tickets again. Anytime we have free summons, it's great that we get a hold of, obviously. But then when they use them on these weird banners, it seems like they might want to change the rates a little bit. So they're a little bit weird. And that's about it, guys. We have login bonuses and stuff like that. So that's going to be this week. I do see myself summoning a few times, just getting my feet wet a few times for lightning returns. I do want to get the Snow NV unit that comes out as a tank, because first off, Snow is one of my favorite characters in all of Final Fantasy, and he looks dank as fuck, so I definitely want to get my hands on him. So I'm probably going to be saving my Lapis for that. We might go a little ham, not ham, but again, small baby summons for lightning here on Thursday, if that's what we decide to do. But okay, so that's the end of the video for the news update. Let me talk about Final Fantasy Brave Exvius in general. I'm not trying, I saw a comment where I said, you know, FFB's been kind of lame, and they were like, no, man, I'm really loving it. Good, I'm fucking glad you're loving it. That's awesome. I'm not, okay? So I'm not. They have not brought any kind of innovation. It's the same events every week for 4 years. Like, I mean, things have changed. Dark Visions, you know, different raids, stuff like that. I'm not saying that things haven't changed, but nothing tremendous, nothing crazy besides Dark Visions has come. But then we had that big news update where Fujimoto-san talked about how, you know, units aren't just going to start getting upgrades or turn into NVs moving down the line. They're going to be like reworked is the word he used for Esther. And then he talked about how there's more global exclusive content to match the power of NV coming out. And to me, that's exciting. That is more exciting than getting all of these, like this lightning here getting buffed to where she barely does enough damage that the last unit they released 4 years ago can do. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, because you guys know I love Tidus, right? I talked about War of the Visions. I've been saving all of my... When I saw Tidus come out in War of the Visions, I've saved all of my Vizier for him, period. I want to make him as powerful and all the FF10 characters. So I can understand if Lightning is like that for you. But for me, Tidus has never been good in this game. And no matter how many times they buff him, awaken him, he had quick hit chains. He couldn't, you know... I had to use a robot. You had to have the freaking Terminator come in and chain for you. He's never been top notch. And so... what I'm trying to say is that I'm okay with them kind of like stepping a little bit over these like smaller units that get a little bit of a buff, fan favorites, to make content, because that's what the game needs, in my opinion. That's what I want as a player who's been playing this game for way too freaking long. I want more content. I want challenging content in V. I'd say the two best events ever in FFBE history for me, and I'm just going to go back on a time trail here. The Marlboro trial, when it was super hard and A2 beat its ass. Remember that? And then we had the Telphanus. I always miss his name. Where they had the set parties. And I keep bringing this up because they need to bring it back. Everyone loved it, in my opinion. You had the set parties where you had to kind of figure it out like a puzzle to beat it. You had a few of those. And then they let all hell let loose, and you use your units, use a friend unit. And it was a challenge, and it was a big community event. And if so many people finished it, we got a bunch of rewards. That felt amazing. And how in the world have they stopped doing that? It might be because they're just done with FFB. I'm just being 100% honest. Like, I don't know, but him saying that there's more global exclusive content coming out like that would be great. And I know that it takes development time, money, etc. And obviously FFBE is on the downfall with money, revenue being made. But you still, like, if you want that revenue to go up, you got to inspire the players to want to play and want to summon, and content like that was what it was all about. Moving on from there, you know, I am excited for a couple of mobile games coming out this year. Obviously, I pick up mobile games, I drop them like a bad case, the foot scum or something, I don't know, but I always try to give a game a shot. I'm sure a lot of you guys do the same thing. For some reason, I get more, backlash for that. It's like, dude, I play a game. If I stop liking it, I stop liking it. I'm not gonna be like, I love this game, and because I started it, I play it forever. No, dude, if I get bored of it, I'll leave. And Genshin Impact was one of those games. And Genshin Impact was a rare case where I felt that the developers and the company were really just raking in the money and then not giving back to the players in the way I thought they should. And for some reason, with that game specifically, because, you know, people call me bootlicker for FFBE and Gumi and them, but that game was making so many loads of cash, I could not believe, you know how Dokkan gives away all that free summons if they make #1 rating and money? I was like, this game has to do that. They're going to do it. They're not doing it. They're making so much money, though. Okay, I'm out. But the two games I'm looking forward to, I know I'm rambling, but I haven't talked to you guys in forever, and it's kind of therapeutic, is Disgaea RPG Mobile coming out in April. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to make some content. I'm going to play it. If we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't. The second one is the Nier game that's coming out, the mobile game. It looks fantastic. I've been watching my boy Cabbage. If you guys don't know Cabbage, search him on YouTube, Cabbage War of the Visions. You'll find him. He's doing Japanese videos for the new Nier game that just came out in Japan, and I hear that it'll be coming out in global soon. They already made an announcement where they're doing the localization for the voice acting. The story's incredible. The gameplay, the menus look snappy. Everything looks like they put a lot of work into it instead of just being like, all right, everybody loves 2B's ass. Throw in a mobile game, it'll be fine. They didn't do that here. It looks like they made a real hardcore game. I'm playing Last Claudia again on the side. I've been leveling up the DMC units. Apparently, they're getting another Dr. Stone collab. which I'm waiting for the new. I'm waiting for Rim to come back, all right, for Last Claudius. I don't know how much I'll summon for Dr. Stone. I'm not the biggest Dr. Stone fan. And so that's where we wrap it up with where I am on my gaming. I've been playing a lot of WoW, World of Warcraft. I've been doing Mythic Progression like I've talked about. I'm going to start streaming that a little bit more. At all. I'm gonna start streaming it because I want to show off, you know, how badass of an enhancement shaman I am, you know. And then I've been playing some League of Legends. I know that that's like the backbone of like gaming at this point, but I want to get better at it and just try it out. I never got better than gold, so that'd be cool. But that's me in a nutshell, what's going on. But you know, I got my camera back on. I'm gonna stop being a little lazy ass bitch, and we're gonna try to get in here and have some fun. But I'm gonna start letting things go that I should have let go a long time ago in my career, like looking at this lightning unit and being like, oh my gosh, am I gonna offend somebody by not saying how good she is? Because let's face it, she's middle of the pack, and that's where she's going to be. So, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're going for Save Your Soul's Lightning, if you want that Stmr, because I don't know exactly if people should go hard. I don't think they should. That's my opinion. No, the top-end people should. Subscribe for future content. Catch me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ClaicYuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.